Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's all get started. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, just the appointments, the recorder for today is Linda Martin. Our parliamentarian is Bruce Bright. Timekeeper is John Latham. Our sergeant at arms is Chief Tim Robinson. And our teller is Steve Ransdell. Steve, have we acquired a quorum yet, Stephen? Okay, we'll come back to that. We're going to move right now over to the Sam Wilkinson Award. Debbie Donahue.
2 minutes.
I love
2 minutes.
How is everybody? Oh, it's because it's normal, right? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here today. So one of the things, if you haven't been here before, I'll give you a little bit of a background on what we do as far as our volunteer of the year is concerned. It is a group or a person that helps out at the community center and does this group that we have today. They do a tremendous amount of things for our department. They are what I call our haunted house crew. And they started this with me 4 years ago. We're going into our 5th year this year. It will be moved. We will not have it in the community center this year. We are going to put it in the loop down by the boat ramp. And we're going to start a whole new tradition of having it outside. But this group of people have worked tirelessly, endlessly to be able to put this function on for us. They start probably about 3 months ago with their thought process, how this was going to work, where we're going to go, how we're going to change it, and each year it becomes bigger and better every year. We have a few, so like I said, we are not doing it with just one person this year, we're doing it with the whole group, but like I said, not just with the haunted house, but with multiple things that if I call them, they are right here with the trucks and trailers, and they are more than I can even say, and how much I appreciate all the things that they do for me. Okay. So this year, we are going to acknowledge our haunted house crew. So the brains of the group, we're going to call them one at a time, but all of you have to come up here. So the brains of the group that sits at night while he's supposed to be sleeping, stays awake, and figures out how this is going to work every year is Timmy Cooper. Our creative lady that does all the face painting, all the artistic work, all the fun stuff, keeps our kids in check, Miss Erica Henry. Project manager, as we call her. She stresses over things. We were just talking about like ready to, get our anxiety in check and figure out how all this is going to go for this year. But the project manager of the group is Christy Cooper. And this guy is the MacGyver of the group. He could take a rubber band and a piece of paper and, I don't know, build a building with it. Our construction person, our electrician, our brains behind the whole group is Brooks Henry. And we have 3 young ladies back there that volunteer with us every single year. They're characters in the club. They participate in all things, and if we tell them go get this, they go get that. So let's see, we have Paisley, Madison, and Stellaston. And I drew like, sorry, ladies, if you want to come up, you can join us. But it really does take a lot of work. If you ever came to one of the haunted houses, you would not even recognize this building once they get finished with it. And every year it has grown. Every year we get more and more people, and every year it gets more and more attractive. So again, this year it's going to be at the loop down by the boat ramp. So join us because it's a ton of fun. And I think Ms. Elaine Brady has something else to offer?
Yes, our history group, which was started this year, has reprinted the history of Ocean Pines. And so we wanted to make sure that we didn't realize a whole group was getting it. Marlene has a whole stack at home, and we'll make sure each of you get one. But for now, we'd just like to present that to you. Thank you all for everything you did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that, so each one of you will get one of these as well. And that's also a plaque that's out in the front lobby that will have your names on it. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You guys step forward.
Step forward. Hey. Very hard working. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you, friends of the group. Thanks, Dave. Oh, yeah.
I have my copy of the history of Ocean Pines. Thank you, Marlene. I think mine was signed as a first edition, but moving forward, since we do we have a quorum yet, Stephen?
No.
Okay, so there's no approval of minutes, there's no new business or old business. We're going to move into the reports. Our legal report by Bruce. Are you online, Bruce? Are you online, Bruce?
Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Bruce, they can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Wish I was there in person, but unfortunately I'm traveling this weekend. For those of you that have not met me or aren't familiar with my law firm, my name is Bruce Bright. I'm a partner in the law firm of Ayers, Jenkins, Gordy & Allman, which is an Ocean City-based law firm. We are presently 9 partners in the firm. We are 3 associates, so 12 lawyers all together, which makes us, I think, the largest firm on at least the lower shore, if not the lower to mid shore. The firm was established in 1973 in Ocean City by the partners Ayers, Jenkins, Gordy & Allman. We are a general practice firm, which means we have a broad array of practice areas and really can cover a broad array of legal needs. We have represented HOAs, timeshare associations, and condominium associations really for decades, since the beginning of condominium regimes statutorily and HOAs statutorily in Maryland. So we have a real depth of institutional knowledge and capability there. We also represent the town of Ocean City. We've represented Ocean City since 1983. We represent the town of Snow Hill, which is, of course, is the county seat, and we represent the Worcester County Board of Education. So we have a number of other clients other than Ocean Pines that are important institutional entities in this local area here, and we're quite proud of that. Our representation of Ocean Pines began just over 2 years ago in May of 2023. I handle most of the work, but some associates will scrub in occasionally. My partner, Maureen Howarth, who is a former Worcester County attorney, assists as well with the Ocean Pines work and does quite a bit. As far as the services that we provide for Ocean Pines, it's really the full scope of legal needs that Ocean Pines Association has. But to sort of sum it up, we're outside. We consider ourselves outside general counsel to OPA. We provide advisory support to the general manager, Mr. Viola, and all of his staff. We assist with the broad variety of contract negotiations that occurs, both in terms of negotiating those contracts and drafting them. We assist with the broad variety of governance issues and questions that might arise at the board level and also at the management level. We attend to the extent that, fullest extent that we can, all of the board meetings that occur and act as legal counsel to the board during the board meetings. We assist with drafting and amendment of board resolutions and other governing documents such as the ARC guidelines. And we've spent a fair amount of time over the last couple of years working on tightening up board resolutions and those sorts of things. We assist with employment and HR matters. We assist, of course, with the CPI enforcement process. And those matters generally get to us after the board has made a decision for some sort of judicial enforcement of a violation. We also assist with the collection of unpaid assessments. And we brought most of that process in-house to our firm. And that function, by the way, is handled at no cost to OPA, because the fees that are charged for that part of what we do are passed along to the members that have to bring their account current. I can report that between August 1 of 2024 and August 5th of 2025, we collected a total of $208,293.15 for OPA in terms of collection of unpaid assessments. Some notable things that we've assisted on through the course of the past year. Of course, the new food and beverage vendor RFP process, as well as the drafting and negotiation of the contract with our new food and beverage vendor, Touch of Italy. Hope everybody has tried them out. We have become involved on behalf of OPA, and this has been and will be at no charge to OPA, but we've become involved as counsel to OPA and other plaintiffs in a case that challenges the offshore wind turbine project. More specifically, at the federal level, challenges federal approvals and permits of that project. Of course, the town of Ocean City is spearheading that effort. We're counsel for the town of Ocean City, so it worked well for us to also bring Ocean Pines into that effort. And again, that's at no cost to Ocean Pines. We worked on the election RFP, election vendor RFP and contract with MK Elections, and from all indications, they handled the ballot counting in quite a smooth and professional way this year. And we also assisted. We had a rather important matter arise this year with the county's attempt to sort of effectively overcharge OPA residents for water and sewer services. And this was successfully opposed, resulting in a kind of a complete course correction by the county. And this was thanks to principally to the efforts of County Commissioners Jimmy Bunning and Chip Bertino. And also, of course, the OPA board was very organized in their effort to challenge what the county was seeking or attempting to do in that regard. But my firm became involved in that effort as well, and it was a team effort to obtain a good result for not so much for OPA, for OPA Inc., because they own property, as the entity, of course, owns property within Ocean Pines, but for all the residents of Ocean Pines as well. So it's been a good and productive year, a constructive year. In closing, we sought out at the beginning of our tenure here to really become a sort of a one-stop legal services shop for OPA, and we feel that we're succeeding in becoming that, bringing the collections in-house, the CPI enforcement, all the other legal functions, so that the OPA does not have to look to multiple firms to fulfill its legal needs. We really value, as a firm, value greatly our relationship with OPA, our client relationship with OPA. We really enjoy the work. It's interesting, it's multifaceted, and we really enjoy collaborating with the board and with the general manager, Mr. Viola, and all of the staff. And we're very proud to serve in this capacity for Ocean Pines. Appreciate that very much.
Chris, we're ready for you.
Like, hi, good morning, everybody. You hear me okay? Good morning. Again, my name's Chris Hall. I'm a partner in the accounting firm UHY. Again, I apologize, just like Bruce, I'm also traveling this weekend. Actually in a different time zone, central time zone. So just give you a little bit of quick history on UHY. UHY, we're a rather large accounting firm. We're a top 25 accounting firm with offices throughout the country. I'm based in the Salisbury, Maryland office and have been for the past 30 years. So our Salisbury, Maryland office services Ocean Pines Association. Our main function is to audit your financial statements as well as provide any technical accounting and auditing advice or questions throughout the year. But our main purpose for today is to present the financial statements, and I'm just going to kind of give an overview. I know your management team will get into the numbers and the details of another very successful financial performance for the fiscal year ended April 30, 2005. But my main objective today is just to talk about the audit and what an audit it is. So UHY, we're engaged as independent auditors. Independent means we're free of any conflicts. We have no issues in rendering an opinion on your financial statements, which consist of 44 pages. There are a lot of detail in your financial statements, and they're basically broken up into 4 parts. We have the independent auditor's report, the basic financial statements, which consist of your balance sheet, your income statement, your cash flow statement, as well as any notes to the financial statements. We have supplementary information, in which your case we provide very detailed information on each department and their financial results, and required supplementary information, which is required by the accounting standards on future major repairs and replacements. Now, the audit report, for those that want to have a little history lesson, it used to probably be on 1 page. Now it encompasses almost 3 pages. The accounting world continues to evolve and change. And that's the one spot in these financial statements that's actually on UHY letterhead and not anything to do with Ocean Pines, because that's what we're engaged to do. We're engaged to render an opinion on your financial statements. And the very first paragraph talks about the opinion and our basis. And I'm pleased to report that the association received a clean, unmodified opinion. It's the highest level of assurance that an independent accounting firm can give on your financial statements. There's also paragraphs in there talk about what management's responsibilities are, and including the preparation and fair presentation. It's important to distinguish that the financial statements are Ocean Pines financial statements. They're not UHY's financial statements. They're Ocean Pines financial statements, and we're engaged to report on them, audit them, and make sure they're materially presented fairly in all material respects. It also talks about what our responsibilities are and the procedures related to supplementary information. A little bit about the audit process. The audit process encompasses not only several hundred hours of my time. When I say my time, my staff, I don't do the audit entirely myself. I have managers and seniors and staff that also perform audit procedures. And it's several hundred hours of our time, in addition to several hundred hours of your staff's time. We're dealing with your general manager, we're dealing with your finance director, payroll clerks, AP clerks, cash receipts clerks. So we're dealing and interrupting your staff on a day-to-day basis for several weeks throughout the year. So not only do they have to get their day-to-day work done, they also have to deal with us and our questions. And we're clearly on a time frame because we need to get to today's meeting. So this process starts, excuse me, in late April. We do our planning, we do our internal control documentation, we do our risk assessments. What areas do we need to focus our audit on? And we change that year to year, depending on, we don't audit the same. We have to take a risk-based approach. We might count inventory on one location this year, a different location next year, and we rotate our testing so that there's some unpredictability to it. we do, that's where we do our test counts at April 30, because that's your cutoff date. We also send cash confirmations to your financial institutions to confirm balances. So usually after Memorial Day weekend or early June, we start doing the nuts and bolts of the audit, testing account balances, testing transactions, doing cash receipts testing, cash disbursement testings. And then in July, we get to assisting with pulling the financial statement together, going back and forth with management, and pulling together the 44-page document that I started this meeting off with. To ultimately wrap up today's annual meeting. So again, I'm pleased to report it was a very successful year financially. The results prove that in the financial statements, and I know your management team will talk about it here shortly. And most importantly, the clean, unmodified opinion on your financial statements. So kudos to your management team. Thanks for their cooperation in our audit, and really appreciate the working relationship that we have both ways. And thank you very much.
Here. It wouldn't be so if it wasn't run right. Moving forward to my report. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Saturday in August. Thank you for being here for our annual meeting. It's truly been a remarkable year here at Ocean Pines. I stand before you today not to highlight the work of one person, but to celebrate what we've achieved together as a team, a board, a vibrant community. Let's begin with what matters to every homeowner, fiscal responsibility. We've worked hard to keep our annual assessments low while investing in infrastructure, amenities, and public safety. A balancing act managed with great care. John Viola and his team are doing a remarkable job. One of the most critical enhancements this year has been the public safety. Under the leadership of Chief Robinson, our police department now boasts 13 full-time officers, making Ocean Pines a 24/7, 365-day protected community, a major leap from just 8 officers 3 years ago. We've also made some historic capital improvements that will serve our residents for years to come. A new irrigation system and a state-of-the-art pump station at the golf course. The arrival of Touch of Italy, bringing a fresh culinary energy to Ocean Pines. A referendum to build our new Southside Firehouse, an historic step for our emergency services. A brand new racket center building, fully renovated courts, refreshed landscaping, transforming that area into a showcase for our community. Our community spaces also continue to evolve and shine. Interior upgrades, landscaping, and a new grove of palm trees at the Beach Club. New cherry trees, sunflower displays at Northgate. Enhanced holiday decorations now include a menorah and Kwanzaa symbols, reflecting the diversity of our community. We expanded our electronic sign system to the Yacht Club and Southgate to improve communication and visibility. In addition, new accessible play features at our parks with children with disabilities. A rain enclosure for my dog Max's favorite place, the dog park. We unveiled a brand new Veterans Memorial Pavilion, honoring those who served. Renovations to the driving range building, a new gym floor right over there. Communities and the community center. New bocce ball courts. Look, we got a new amenity here in Ocean Pines. All of our pools were fully staffed with lifeguards, ensuring safety across the board. We've taken a more aggressive approach to collecting unpaid assessments, as you heard from Bruce. Annual road resurfacing continues, the funding for our water pipe lining program. Landscaping's been refreshed across Ocean Pines and our gates into the hearts of our neighborhood. We also continue to innovate. Our Pinescast podcast, hosted by Tony Russo, if you guys have listened to that, he does an amazing job. It's awesome. It's become a hit, keeps people informed of what's going on and our connectivity. Financially, John will report, I'm sure we'll attract him to be positive the budget, a whole load of money, probably close to $1 million, right, John? Yeah. A testament to his team and sound financial planning. All of this and more has been accomplished with a careful attention to your needs, your safety, and our quality of life here. Before I close, I want to give special thanks to people that give their time and service to Ocean Pines. When I mention your names, I want you to see who your board of directors are if you don't know them. Elaine Brady, please stand. Steve Jacobs, please stand. Rick Farr, please stand. John Latham, please stand. And Jeff Heathner. These are your board of directors. This is the team that you've elected to make sure that we continue. Did I forget somebody? Oh, Monica. This is routine that you elected to serve you. Whether as volunteers, staff, or members of our committees and boards, your dedication to this community is what keeps us moving forward. Let's continue building, improving, and working together because the best of Ocean Pines is still to come. Thank you so much. And we're going to move ahead to our general manager's report. John?
Thank you, Stuart. Good morning, everybody. And I just want to start off by saying, many times I've said, we're a very special place here. And we're going to show you why we've enhanced it, and it's very special. All right, so with that, we start with the first page. I just want to go back to the cover. So again, you heard Stuart mention it, but these pictures of our main words. We have an iconic building that we built there, the gazebo at the Veterans Memorial was the vision of Marie Gilmore. We had the opportunity to obviously liberate that. The Ocean Pines Golf Club, the award that we won, we are very proud of it, as well as all our amenities. You know, to the right is the renovated building at the Racket Sports that came out very well. The bottom left is the fire department building. That's the planning stage. We'll talk more about that. And to the right is the irrigation system, as well as you heard Bruce talk about the Touch Italy RFP, which we're all very proud of. Third page. Okay, so this is, so we break this up every board meeting, and this has worked well for us. We break it down between the amenities, safety, and our infrastructure, all part of Ocean Pines. The amenities, and I just want to state that today, the amenities, I believe today, are the economic engine driving Ocean Pines. It is driven by our senior management team and, of course, our board. So we'll break it down into the different areas. Linda will talk more about it, show some pictures, give you a little more detail on it. But they've all been enhanced. We're all very proud of it. The Veterans Memorial talked about Marie Gilmore's vision. The food and beverage and Touch Italy, we'll talk more about that. On the safety side, first, I just want to say congratulations to the Ocean Pines Volunteer Fire Department on the referendum, as well as Ocean Pines itself. I know I am very happy for this. So congrats to Ocean Pines and obviously the Ocean Pines Volunteer Fire Department. I do want to highlight Joe, Joey, Steve, and Dave, and all the work that they've done over the last 2 or 3 years, along with my team. And I'm looking forward to the next phase, gentlemen. Thank you. The police department, and I already Stuart mentioned it, the Chief Tim, and everything that the police department has done. We've made big investments in the police department, cars, an enhanced pension equivalent, and the market for our policemen. The infrastructure, we'll talk more about it, but we have reallocated, repurposed much of our assessment to the reserves, to the mailboxes, the drainage, the roads, the landscaping, and Linda will talk more about that. So our approach, how do we do all this? So our approach from day one, at least the day one that I've been here, is that we've looked at every department, every expense, every revenue, and we've looked at how we can enhance the customer experience. And I believe we're doing that. We've invested in our amenities, invested in infrastructure, to drainage, the mailboxes, the roads, and bulkheads, and Linda will give you some of the numbers where we've reallocated to those very important infrastructure parts of Ocean Pines, and yet still lowered the assessment. We've driven efficiencies, reallocated costs, organic revenue, always excited about that. We start off a lot of our staff meetings on how we can deliver organic revenue, and obviously, hopefully, customer service. Front page. All right, so this is something, every time I do a report like this, I have to look at this. It's kind of a report like this. Where were we? where are we today and what is next? So where were we, and I still use back in 2017, before we all pretty much got here, at least this management team, we had an operating deficit of $1.6 million at that time. The assessments at that time, or somewhere a couple years after, was 996. That was the highest ever. The drainage, the bulkheads, and the roads, they needed to be jump-started. Some of it needed to be funded. All the amenities had operating losses. Where are we today? Well, we have an operating surplus, $3.1 million at the end of fiscal year 24-25. That's $5 million. That's $5 million delivered by Ocean Pines, by the team, by the board, everybody, many. And that shows you where we're at. And I'll talk more about that, how we're positioned for the next couple of years. If you look at the assessment today, and then today we're at 875, we were at 850. But if you go back to, I believe it was 2013, the assessment was 873 in 2013, was that 12 years ago? That was the last time the assessment was lower than the last 2 years. So not only did we lower it, but if you just took an average on what it would be just to fund increases in salaries and insurance and other things, that probably would have been another $40, $50 a year, yet we still reduced it about 140. The current prior year assessments of 875 and 850 are lower than any year since 2013. We want to continue to control our expenses while funding safety, robust drainage, bulkhead, and road programs, and certainly mailboxes. You'll be hearing more from Linda over the next year. The amenities continue to show improvement over prior years. What's next? Well, we are positioned well going into major construction initiatives, the firehouse construction, the golf course irrigation, phase 3, continued drainage and mailbox replacement. We are scheduled for the reserve study in the fall, a very important tool for Ocean Pines, as well as every other homeowners association. We were ahead of the curve. We started it back in somewhere around 2019. We do believe we have a Goldilocks situation as far as our reserves going into that study, as well as all the infrastructure work we have to do over the next year or two. So the next page, look at this page more as a scorecard. This is a store. I look at this still as a scorecard in the sense this is something part of the auditor's report, but I felt this was important to show today. So if you look at 2025 versus 2024, we have 20 departments there. 17 out of those 20 are showing an increase either in revenue, a reduction of expenses versus the prior year. Very important for us. And again, that money has been shifted, reallocated to reserves, to our infrastructure. And we highlighted the three that obviously we're addressing this year. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Linda, and she'll take you through our amenities and our infrastructure. Linda?
Okay. Aquatics. We did have a few committee requests, so I'm just going to highlight aquatics. They requested extended hours, so yacht club pool, swimming racket pool now have extended hours. We did add a aerobics class, self-taught. I know they want a talk class. We cannot get an instructor, so we are working on that for maybe next year. We did address the safety issues. We have the yacht club pool received a new ladder or updated ladder, and we're working on trying to do something with the Mumford's pool as well. And next will be addressed, we're going to be painting the restrooms at Swim Racket, which will be done in the off season. Beach Club, we have maintenance issues. They're ongoing every year. We look over the deck, repair it, do the painting of the deck. And we did add the concrete around the walkway. That was a request. It actually was a safety issue, so we did address that, and we put in the concrete walkway. For golf, as John stated, won best of golf for Ocean City 2025. Irrigation is still continuing. We're working on phase 2, which is holes 4 through 8, and we did do maintenance on the bridge on the 4th fairway. Yacht Club Marina was also voted Maryland's Clean Marina for the 3rd year in a row. And to enhancements of the swim and racket marina, 6 new jet ski launches. We did have 5 filled, we still have 1 open. And maintenance, we repaired the docks and decks of both the yacht club and swim and racket marina. Racket sports, renovations of the building. There's a picture there below of the building completed. So it was renovated inside and out. We did add the landscaping, good job, Public Works. Maintenance, within last year, we spent $50,000 on maintenance of the racket center. And that's in addition to the renovation. And we are planning to do address the hard courts and the pickleball courts. The cracks on them, this should probably be sometime this month. Rec and Parks, enhancements of the bocce ball courts at the yacht club. They started a new league. So that opened on June 19th, was the first day of play. Projected return on investment by fiscal year 2027, but that does include membership fees and food and beverage. Dog park, we did add the shade structure. That was just added last week, and mulch is being added, and community center gym floor was replaced. Vets Memorial, we had the gazebo unveiling, the ribbon cutting was put in on Veterans Day, was done before Veterans Day, and we thank the Veterans Memorial Foundation for their feedback on the design. Food and beverage, this is a big win for all of Ocean Pines. 5-year lease agreement was recommended by senior management and approved by the board on January 8th, 2025. The town hall was held on January 16th, and so far, rave reviews of the food and beverage. Safety, Ocean Pines Volunteer Fire Department. We will be starting that probably in sometime this fall, projected probably October, November. New fire stations, estimated $3.7 million with a 10% contingency. Police department, we're still on track on the department, on staffing. And the cell tower, we did have a town hall the other week, and we are, it's proposed to be put in there, the golf maintenance building. We do have the link online if anyone missed the town hall, so you can view that online and show where the location is in the drawings. Bulkhead waterways, still ramping up on the bulkhead replacement. 24-25 included Wood Duck, Mallard Drive East, and Ed Tide Court. Board approved the next 2 years at the March 29, 2025 meeting and locked in the price of $450 per linear feet. Mailboxes. That's an ongoing issue. We do reevaluate them. Public Works does a great job. We have to correspond with the post office. So I know a lot of people are saying it takes a while, but yeah, it does take a while because we have to correspond with the post office. But we did just replace the Wood Duck mailboxes, and the before and after pictures speak for themselves. It was a big task, but thankfully for Public Works, they did a great job. We did put in for 2021 to 2024, we did repair some mailboxes, 8,685. Pedestals and mailboxes, we ordered 152,748, and concrete and paving work 39,852. Drainage. We were ramping up on the drainage, and this is corresponding with CPI as well. We did issue violations regarding the drainage of the drainage ditches. We did introduce the bag it, and we will grab it. So if you have any paper bags of the leaves, yard waste, Public Works will pick it up. You just need to give them a call, or Republic will pick them up with their trash service. Total spent on drainage over the last few years is over $2 million. And CIPP liners, they're the liners that's to increase the length and time of the drainage pipes. We spent $863,000. And maintenance of the roads, we do this annually. Road paving was completed in May with a cost of $170,000. And we did add curb signs added to the Ocean Parkway at the dangerous curve where we did have reports of a few accidents. Landscape and beautification. Landscape and added to enhance the beautification of Ocean Pines. We ramped up on increased the palm trees. We did a lot of golf maintenance. We did a lot there as well in golf building, and we increased the displays during the holiday. Metrics for CPI, we did do 907 new violations, more than the previous year. We did 20% of them were on maintenance alone, and 22% were leaf placement and leaf maintenance. We had 355 still remaining as of April 30th. And we do want to thank anyone that reports violations to us and those that have complied out before it goes to legal. Metric work orders, total 1,108 work orders, 964 closed, 144 still open as of April 30th. We do, if you have any questions, you can email info@oceanpines.org, or you can call Public Works at 410-641-7425 to report any work orders. And metrics for metrics, we have 1,117 customer service. The majority of them were in just general questions. It's a little lower than last year, but we do recommend anyone has any questions, email info@oceanpines.org or call 410-641-7717.
Thank you, Linda. Financial report. Okay, so before I get into the financial report, I just want to introduce Mark Swift. He's our assistant controller. Mark did a lot of work on this. Mark was hired by Steve. Credit to Steve. Steve gets a lot of credit for it. Steve knows what I want in the accounting department. We certainly found it in Mark. So we, along with Ruth Ann and Joe, so that's our accounting department to Steve and Mark. All right, so with that, let's start off with the first schedule. As you know, I have to report, we report based upon our governing documents versus budget, which we did here. We also did it versus prior year. I like to do that towards the end of the year. Kind of tells a story. You remember the prior schedule I showed you about all the departments. So, basically straight down is favorable, maybe 1 or 2, but operating on almost all cylinders last year. I anticipate this year will be all cylinders. With this favorability, though, as I said earlier, that favorability goes into our reserves, our infrastructure, as well as to fund our safety. And as you've probably heard from me over the year, safety now will probably be up around 40% of our assessment. We value our safety. We certainly spend it well on it, but we have reallocated while lowering the assessment. So there's a favorability number. I just wanted, sometimes you really should look at it in 2 ways. It is $1 million, but if you look at the transfer, and I'll talk more on the next schedule, we did transfer $913,000 in there from our balance sheet when we did the budget. If I break it out and net it, that would be the net number. However, we did put back into our operating fund analysis, which I'll tell you next, $1 million. So turn the page. Okay, so it was like this schedule really truly tells you, as well as others, of what we've done. So you look at the top, there's the $1.6 million back in 2018 or the end of 2017. We were in a deficit. And then you can see what we've achieved with the entire association, obviously with the board and the senior management team, what we did each year. You can see how much money we put back. And you can see the transfers that I talked about, and thus there's the balance at the end, $3.1 million, which is part of our balance sheet. In addition to this, what we did do over, especially the first couple of years, was we made transfers directly to our amenities, whether it was the new pickleball courts. So we also funded that, as well as to go back on the country club back in 2017-18. We had a shift in the way we approached it, and then we did have some write-offs. All covered. Here's your 3.1, comes out to about $5 million from our base year. Turn the page. All right, so summary of fiscal year audited reserves activity, and this will obviously be looked at during the DMA study. These are our reserves. We've talked about it. So you can see where we're at. You can see what the total is at the end of April 2025. The replacement is somewhere up around $5 million. And you can see we have a roads reserve now. We have drainage. We did not have that drainage reserve back in 2017 and 18. So with the board, we'll put that in there, funded it well. Turn the page. So this is just a summary of what I had mentioned back to 2013. I kind of used it as a base for the assessments to try to go back to see when the last time an assessment was lower. than where we are today over last year. You can see it was $873. So you think about that, 12 years, you think about CPR, you think about inflation. So if you had a 3-4% inflation rate a year, you take that for 12 years, you're probably talking another 400,000. So if we had estimated back then, we probably would have said today in fiscal year 26, the assessment was somewhere around $1.3 million. That was 1,300. Well, at least you called me on that. So, all right, so Linda showed me this picture. This touches me, and I'm sure many others. This was taken at last year's annual meeting. I could just see by my face, very happy. Tom, and we all know Tom with the progress, what Tom meant to Ocean Pines over the years. I know I will miss him. I will miss him tonight after every annual meeting. He would call me, text me, he would make sure I answer, and he would question and have a lot of questions. I always thought he did a very good job on the financials, but he would question and want detail or whatever on anything I said. So I always took pride in that. I went back over the years. He's probably been around 30, 40, 50 years. He certainly did a great job and he understood the financials. So this picture means a lot to me. That's all I got on that. Okay.
Thank you, John. Steve, have we reached a quorum?
We have not.
Okay, we're going to go right into the election committee report. Steve? Come on down.
As everyone I'm sure knows, the election was completed with the count on yesterday. And the results are that Monica Rakowski received 2,085 votes. Steve Jacobson, 1,935. Stuart Lackernick, 1,730. And Amy Peck, 1,464. So the three incumbent board members were reelected for another term. As for the referendum, the yes votes were 1,559 and the no votes were 389. The total ballots cast, unaudited, we're still trying to process all the information, was about 28,024 votes. So the full report will be prepared and delivered to the board as soon as we get 2,824 votes. 2824. I'm not sure what I said, but yes, it's 2,824. Thank you. That concludes our report.
Thank you, Steve. That was a great report. We're going to move on to public comments. Anybody wishing to have a public comment, please come up to the podium. Please state your name and address, and you'll be limited to 5 minutes. The floor is open to public comments. Is there anybody? Nobody? Oh, we got somebody. No, we got nobody. All right, well, it looks like we have, we do have a public comment. If you're able to. If not.
What is the quorum number?
100 people, 100 properties. Steve, how many properties showed up today?
We had, I believe the final count was 67.
Okay, thank you. Seeing no more, we got another public comment.
We did have also 6 online, but that's included in that number. So,
Okay.
under public comments, if I might, I forgot something in my report, most important. I want to thank the members of the committee who helped oversee the election process and make some tough decisions, and I very much appreciate their help. Tom McElroy and Cheryl Jacobs, and Marlene Ott, and Pat Leonard, were members of the committee, and they all did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you, Committee. Other public comment? In case I forgot, please state your name and address. So you'll be
Really? Monica Rakowski, 34 Cannon Drive. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has put their support behind me, allowing me to serve you. So it's been an honor, and I look forward to continuing that dedication to you. And please, anytime you see me, you want to question something or ask me something or tell me something, please approach me. Again, my name is Monica, and I look forward to seeing everybody around.
Thank you, Monica. Sure. Let's get a picture of the winners up front. Steve? Steve, are you still here? Come on down.
Should I sit down? Oh, we.
That's between two thorns.
Thank you.
The second one, like Monica said, thank you again for all of your support and your engagement. Seeing no more public comments, anybody? I'm closing the floor to public comments. Do we have, I guess, I'm going to adjourn this meeting. Thank you very much for coming out. Good job, everybody.